Hello. So this is a special episode of the Music Prophet. There's extra space, and we have a special guest in the studio. So I figured, hey, why not? Let's do a live interview. Let's have one on air and let people hear of Elyse Saunders.
Hello, I'm here.
You are.
Yeah, I'm so happy that worked out, actually. Made my trip even more worthwhile.
Right? Because this is the second time on air. And also with us is...
Aunt Linda. Aunt Linda's Country Tailgate. My show is Tuesdays from 11 to 1. And yeah, I've basically lived at the studio today and spent the day with Elyse, which is awesome. She was my special co-host this morning.
And it's exciting because, Linda and I have co-hosted shows before, and I'm excited to be able to do it again now.
Me too. I love working with you. You're so cool.
Well,
You are pretty cool. I just met you.
I'm glad that I have confirmation from both people in the studio.
Look at him blush. Isn't it cute?
So let's jump in because we have a half an hour. So tell us about you and just where you're from, because you're not local.
No, so Peterborough, Ontario, actually, is my hometown. Born and raised. I moved to Toronto mostly just to get closer to more of the music scene because I'm travel central. But yeah, Peterborough is where I really figured out who I was as an artist, and that was to become a country artist. I grew up singing all kinds of music. I have respect for so much different genres, so you can definitely hear that in my country brand. But I would say early on when I was working with my very first mentor and producer, his name's Cyril Rawson. So from the country music world, he's definitely known as a hit songwriter and then got into producing. So his thing was all about making a song come alive through vocal interpretation, as well as finding your own voice. He was a big player for that in my career. And he had said to me early on, like, you need to hone in on what your genre is. I know you can sing all kinds, but who are you as a person and an artist? Like, what fits you? So I did some soul searching at that time. I was just at the end of high school, deciding if I wanted to make this a career full time and who I wanted to be, which, we're all kind of confused on where we want to go next at that stage. So I figured at that point that country music was most relatable to me, just in my roots, my lifestyle. And my mom always played country music, and it felt like home to me. And it's always been really important to me that I can express myself as authentic as I can be. And I felt like with maybe the other genres, there'd be a pressure to be something that maybe I wasn't. And also what I love about country music is it tells stories. So I love songwriting as well. So I could combine both worlds.
But what initially drew you to country, though?
Just the storytelling and that you can be a person and people relate to you as a person. It feels like family. That's what that attracted me the most. And also with it being versatile, it's nice, but just, the roots and, you could hang out with these people and they're just like regular people.
Country's become the new pop, basically. In a lot of ways, what pop music used to be, country has filled that. Mm-hmm. And it really is family. As someone who's been a part of the Canadian country music scene since around 2003, I've always liked music. And I've dabbled in country, but 2003 was when I really sort of, hey, wow, woke up and went, hey, okay, something's going on here. There's a shift happening. Mm-hmm. And that, if I could trigger a point in time, that's when I first noticed that, okay, I used to listen to pop. Now I'm listening to country, but a lot of it's starting to sound like that. And even a lot of the music we played today by artists like Kira Isabella and Genevieve Fisher, a very, very pop sounding country. And yours too. Mm-hmm. Your song, Feel You Leaving, definitely has that, 20 years ago, it would have been a great pop song.
For sure. Well, it's funny too with Shania Twain when she first came to the scene. To us now, she sounds so country. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because it's like, oh no, she's like more of that traditional sound. But at the time, she got a lot of bad rep from people who were like, oh, that's so pop. she is such a pop artist, and it's so funny because it doesn't sound even like pop anymore.
No.
But yeah, so I like that country music is evolving because it is bringing in all kinds of audiences and more people can relate to it. And just music in general seems to be kind of just all crossing over and into each other, and collaborations are happening. Just the music scene in general is changing, which I think is all positive. I think it's important that, especially now though, that you find your own mark and sound, whatever that is. Like, so if you are country or you're country pop or you're country soul, whatever you hone in on, I want to be relatable and maybe appealing to radio or commercial, but at the same time, this is me. And it's not quite like everybody else.
So where do you fit into that? How would you define your sound then?
So my sound, I would say from the first stuff that I put out to now has changed. It used to be a little more roots here, but I've also changed too because I've been a part of now the Toronto scene for a while. So I've also been influenced with what's going on there and the friendships I've made. And so it's just, I would say now I'm country music with a little bit more swagger, if that makes sense. So it's more modern now, but it still sticks to my roots of, which is just my voice, I guess, and then also my stories.
When it comes to storytelling, I'm really curious about like what angles of storytelling do you focus on? Is it more emotional relationship stories, or is it more back home, like Alan Jackson type storytelling?
For me, I like to create songs, a little bit of versatility, but I would say I like to create songs that either with the theme of making a difference for somebody or either uplifting somebody and bringing them joy. For me, anytime I'm creating music, I'm usually imagining what it would be like to perform that on a stage. My live show is really important to me, and the audience, I'm going to be touching and that through my music. So if I'm going to be singing to them, I want to be able to give them both a powerful emotional